I need some of these reds. You're not gonna live forever. Hello, Darrell, Frank the Tank, Brian. How art thou? Hello, BBC, John. Are you two in the same room? Does anybody know off the top of their head what size eye fits in a Chapo? Hello, Johnny. What's happening on the road? You on the road? I didn't know if BBC was trying to make the loops and stick his nose in all of the painter builder dudes around the country that he could get a hold of. Making the tour. Fishing in Tulsa with a 6-inch Tato in Meth Head Creek loaded with baby bass. You know what, BBC? When you said Meth Head Creek, I thought that was the color, and I might steal that because that's a pretty good color name. Meth Head. Great color name, actually. Meth Head. I like it. Surely you can do better than Meth Head Creek with a Tato around baby bass. That sounds pretty weak, but in Ohio, North Carolina to Indiana. Not bad. Not bad. At least the weather's nice. Johnny, since you're a man of the highway, drive the big truck, how often do you ride with the windows down? When the weather's nice, do you just cruise down the interstate with the windows down, or does like the drone of the air flapping get to your ears? BBC, it was never yours. Meth Head isn't yours. That was just what you called a creek. I'm calling a color that. Every lake has a Meth Head Creek. Yes, we all. We don't have a creek. We have a Meth Head like. It's like a ditch, Meth Head ditch, retaining ditch. All these baby bass, but still a better chance of snagging a Meth Head down there. Correct. A method head. Method crank. That'd be a good name for one. Hello, Kyle. Method crank. Somebody should use that. I gotta put regular eyes on baits. It's weird. Hello, AJ. How are Spooky Frank sales going? Windows up, less flies, less noise. Okay, that's understandable. No, well, that one, yes, BBC. I wasn't thinking of that one. I know that you would. I mean, would that qualify as a creek? Because it's just like a runoff ditch. Like it's made for rainwater. Man-made. BBC, where in your part of the world where you're at right now, there might be folks over there that would call that a crick. I've heard it. Frank sales, it's wonderful. Like to hear that. Everybody can go get their little coffins from AJ. Free bait. Buy a coffin, get a lure. You use crick and creek. You use crick when you want to legitimize yourself around the local folk. Then when you get around the out-of-towners, you throw the creek at them. When you're chewing on hay, leaning on a fence post, talking to the damn farm owner, trying to get some hunting rights. You can jump over a creek, but not a creek. Interesting. There's the clarification. I thought they were all the same. How's a fly get in your truck at 70 miles an hour? Johnny, son of a bitch must be hard up. Must be hard up. Anybody know anything about the Berkeley chop block? Never even heard of it. Oh, that stupid little jerk bait. I mean, swim bait. No, that's 6 Cents has one. That's something that's like a little chopping bait. No, I don't know anything about it. I don't. I'm sure somebody else does. Unless somebody sends me one, I don't know much about anything anymore. I quit keeping up. They lost me. They lost my interest. The fishing lure companies did. You know who had my interest? Reaction. They got my attention. They got me excited. And I'm sure 6 Cents does that for a lot of people. Like when they were a breath of fresh air to a large group of people, and they're cool, but not so much anymore. I mean, they are still cool, but I mean, they've become corporate. I like them when they were small. I'm ready to go back fishing the old 80s, 90s plastic and hard baits. Nothing wrong with that, Kyle. The only thing that you would probably need from the future is a chatterbait. Everything else, you'd be fine with. The only thing that the guys, if you wanted to go back in time and fish all that old shit, a lot of it is far superior to anything we have now. And a sweet beef, you'd need a beaver, I think, and chatterbait. Everything else, tungsten, good thinking, Max. Max, is that your actual name? Or are you like a bookie? Every time I read your name, I think you're a bookie, and you take people's bets for football games and shit. Max Bets. That'd be cool though if that's your real name. It'd be cool if you're a bookie. It is his actual name. He is not a bookie, so don't send him your money and try to get him to put it on the Rams. He doesn't do that. Not a bookie. There you go. But I think you could have a career in that, or you should probably copyright or trademark that name. Max Bets. Send me your money. We'll see what we can do with it. I'll see if I can make it disappear. Hog time. That's right. It is hog time. I'll tell you what, these guys were fun. Not. These things suck. I do not like painting the ploppers. Actually, I don't mind painting the ploppers. What I don't like is removing the rubber bands to get them after I clear coat them. Anybody else been cranking their hog? Probably everybody. Floating plastics. David, I never got into those. I never got into those. I had a dream back in the day that I was going to come out with a. It was one of my harebrained ideas that I was going to come out with a like a little chartreuse nub that you could screw into the end of a trick worm, and it would make the tail float, but it would also add like color to it. I'll be damned if somebody didn't come up with that shit a couple years ago. No, Max, that is bad news. You do not do that. Nobody do that. That is not the way. No, don't do that. You get weird shapes. The Old Glory Normans came in. I got to do an Old Glory Texas flag for a gentleman. I hadn't done anything. I hadn't done any novelty paint jobs lately. But we got one coming down the path, coming down the chute. Hello's results from the Natty. Hopefully he did good and caught a big giant bag. I had a buddy of mine, Patrick Curry, from down here that was fishing it. He went all the way to Wisconsin for that tournament. I used to fish against him back in the McNider days. Good angler. Made the trek up there. We'll see how he does. Oh, in the old days. This is a repaint of a color I did for this guy. I think I just used straight up black eyes when I did it for him originally. So now I got to find those. I got to find the black eyes. Are these black? Yes. I avoided going novelty for Halloween. Nothing like a good old novelty bait. Nothing like a good old novelty bait. This guy wanted a bluegill Chopo. Man, I really don't like doing this. Dotting eyes is almost therapeutic. Putting 3D eyes in a socket is not. Not a fan. I don't get the same enjoyment out of this. Dot the black while the yellow is still wet. Number one tip for all Brotherhood painters. That's right. Do it as quickly as possible. As they say in the business, the wetter the better. Anybody recognize this color? You might notice it from the Stunna. Was a little color matchy I did. A lot of color matches. These are color matching myself. Purple, black red flake. It's like I don't know what you'd call that. Cool looking color. The fella does real good on it. I won't tell you where, but it's not close to here. It's far away from here. All right, now we got some more jackals. More jackals. Darth Junebug. Darth Bug. Did you know that Darth Vader didn't say, Luke, I am your father? I think that was, I think everybody got that confused from Tommy Boy. It wasn't the quote. Jackals are becoming my favorite bait. Often made mistake. It is. It's one of those Mandela effects. Mandela. Everybody thinks it's what they heard. I think they thought they heard it because of what's his dick? Tommy Boy. La 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 Luke, I am your father. Wasn't that Tommy Boy? What size are these? It's just too big? What's big? Too big. These are 5. That's too big. That's too big. What are these? 5s? It's 5.5. It's a 5.5. Do gold. See what gold looks like. Oh yeah, gold looks good. We'll go gold, even though I hate these eyes because they don't come off the paper worth of crap. They stick to the paper. Okay. Jackal will just discontinue anything you like. I ordered a Jackal from Japan last night. You don't know what I don't know who's running Jackal. I heard a story from Littner when I was talking to him and the milkman, and I forgot to mention on the me and Eric were talking, and it was after the Bass After Dark thing, and he was talking about something like somebody having a beta man, and I was like, Jared Littner won the Southern Open on the sunfish I painted in a MC60 form. There's a video about it on Tackle Warehouse. He's like, I didn't know that when you talk about it. I don't know. Didn't. I said, Alton Jr. won on a crawl I did that he got from Jordan. It's like, there's a whole article about it. It's like, I didn't know that. Why didn't you bring it up? Just didn't. But yeah, Littner. I was talking to Littner back in the day when he was getting baits painted and shit. And he said Jackal called him and wanted him to test out some drop shot worms. This was like before they were about to head, like when they do the up north part. And they said, we want you to try these drop shot worms up north when you get up there. And he's like, all right, send them to me. So he gets them in the mail. They sent him 3 worms from Japan. He said, what am I supposed to do with these? And you're like, see if you like them. He's like, I have 3 worms. He said, I can't do anything with 3 worms. Like, of course I can catch a fish on them, but like I won't know anything with 3. All right, that's what we got. That's what you get. Right? But he was explaining to me, I guess, how they operate, and because I think I was asking, I was like, why don't you just get them to send you blank MC60s? And he was like, dude, here's how this works. And then he told me the worm story. Like, well, yeah, I guess if they sent you 3 worms from Japan, you're not getting a bag of blanks. So, probably not. Probably not. But if you were curious, yes, they're goofy as shit. They do weird stuff. Which is very JDM like, which I like. I make posts about how much I hate my favorite jackal baits in hopes that jackal will be fooled and leave them alone. The Piku Piku, what is that one? Imagine the Flick Shake was used with just 3 worms sent to the tester. I said, this shit works. This shit works. How about the NPFL just got better. They picked up Andy Morgan. Who else y'all think's gonna show up? They keep flexing like they got some real heavy hitters coming out to fish next year. Be interested to see who that is. I need to call my my insiders and see if I can drum up some names. It's a little bit hard minnow topwater. Just twitch it, shake it, and then hold on. It's good. It's legit. Piku Piku. I like the name. God, these things suck, dude. These are the worst eyes ever. It works for a lot of people. How about that? Very finesse. Can't believe I made it. What's up, Morgan? I was talking about you on the smallmouth crush I was on with Eric on Monday. We were talking about the nitwit. I said Morgan's got some time under his belt with the nitwit. He could because I was having problems describing the action. I just kept saying it's weird. And Eric was like, "How?" I was like, "Oh, that's just weird. Weird." I needed an assist in the comments. Let me look this thing up. Let me get this last eye stuff on under it. I'm interested now. No, I didn't talk about how you screwed the pooch over the weekend, but I'll talk about it now. Morgan had a great opportunity to win a damn house over in Oklahoma, and he totally screwed the pooch. Absolutely ate the sheep shit in the tournament, blew it on day 2, could not put jack shit together. He fucked up. He choked. So, flame him in the comments. Morgan was out there on day 2, imagining that brand new house he was about to pull up to that he wins in the bass tourney. He's sitting there imagining himself sitting in the hot tub with his feet propped up. And then he realized, oh shit, it's 2:00 and I hadn't caught a bass because I've been daydreaming all day about my new house I'm about to win. No house. Call it a Morgan instead of a choke. Good. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. Yo, Morgan, how they biting? Great for everybody else. Great for the other guys. Later, Frank. What are we going to do on this one? Said maybe. I've been on an Oasis kick lately. Too big. I'm also going through the phase that everybody went through when they were like just starting the guitar, where they learn all the like singer-songwriter songs, like Cowboy chords. I never learned any of those. I'm going through that phase now, where I learn like sing-along songs. I heard Hella's big Smalley yesterday came on a custom bait. Wigglewort. Wigglewort. Or Squarebill. How big was it? How about that? That's a good guess. That was a good guess. Hello, Clay. What's new, brother? Oh, Wigglewort. Retro? Retro wart, or that's hard to say. Retro wart or new wart? Damn, Thiel's out there bassing. I hear you, dude. Also, it's been a while since I've cracked out the nitwit, but I believe Tuco discovered a pretty decent thump and kick without much roll. Yeah, that's what I was trying to describe. That it was kind of Xy, didn't roll a lot, but it was, to me, I don't know, it just had a weird kind of feel to it. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe that it didn't look weird. It just felt weird. Just caught a 3. Old Wart, Nebraska crawl. Look at him. Look at him go. Maybe he'll win the damn thing today. What the fuck, dude? These damn eyes, none of them stick. Pieces of shit. I gotta go. I don't have to go right now, but I have to leave early today because we have trunk or treat. What's Helly got to finish to make the classic? Good question. Brian probably knows. Brian, what's Helly got to finish to do something good? He has to finish top 3, I think, and still has another day, and then he makes the top 20. The top 3. So he's got to come in 1 through 3rd. Is this not where they take the top out of each division? AJ, do you know? Dustin said. Finish the top 3. Do they not do it where they take 1 out of every division and they go to the Classic? Or have they never done that? I thought that's how they used to do it. I believe that is correct, what DT said. Top 3. No matter the division? Yeah, I can't keep up with that shit. I don't fish any of the Fed stuff, so I don't keep up with the rules. They get confusing anymore. Not anymore. That's lame. I feel like it was better when they did it when everybody at the top of the division got a chance to fish. I don't like that. Why'd they get rid of that shit? That was a little more that carrot was a little more appealing to me than the way they do it now. TBF still does divisions. Can you get to the Classic through the TBF? Or what do you get? Where does the TBF send you? I don't know what any of this shit is anymore. AJ, I wonder if Hello's co-angler will be purchasing a Nebraska crawl from you. Or I wonder if you saw that thing. He's like, ooh, yeah, sexy. I got to get more like that. It's more open now. They just want your money. They just want your money. Who's in charge of this shit? Who's the greedy bastards in charge of this shit? Can we get somebody new? The Toyota. Yeah. we get somebody new in charge of the federation and all that shit that sends people to the classic, because they really, really suck. They blow. What's up, Jeremy? It's 250 boats now for the championship. That's a lot of boats. Do they still send co-anglers? Is that still a thing? Might need some glue for these. I might need some glue for these next bad boys. Because there's not much of an eye socket on them. Where is my little poker? My pokey pooch. Used to be around 60. What do they do about the coes now? Do they still send coes? And then just send them on their way at the end of the day? I gotta stop that. A lot. It needs a big, obnoxious black dot on the side. Andy Morgan told MLF, I'm out. I did watch that video. You know what's crazy? Is Facebook didn't recommend Andy Morgan's actual video. They recommended Randy Block's. I saw it through Block It in a short or in a story. I believe it was. I don't remember how I saw it, but it wasn't. It was like a shitty screen grab that Block It made. New PB for the longest weigh-in, I bet. I think he fished out as a result. It's probably why they went up north, because they knew that fish could do it. Because the weather would be nice. Probably said, if it's hot and we're in the south, we're going to have like hundreds and hundreds of dead bass. And we can't. Andy Morgan is right about everything, hopefully. Hopefully, I mean, I never thought I could be interested in another organization, truly, because of how much I love bass. But I think the NPFL has won my heart. Like, yeah, they don't have the classic, which sucks, but they're doing everything what I feel like is right. I like the way they're behaving. I like their behavior. They get an A. Top co-angler gets you fish as a boater? See, that is fucking stupid, dude. Whoever's in charge of that shit. Like, that's the point of the co-angler. Like, you're not a boater. Uh-oh. DT still hasn't got paid. What does that mean? Where's my black one? 5 fish, no scope was never broken. You're right, Clay. You're right, Clay. But when you have people in charge that don't know what they're doing and they don't have a backbone and they just listen to whatever else is happening around them, that's what you get. My black dot probably isn't obnoxious enough, but I'm just gonna go with that one because it's appropriate. I'm not going Chapo or whatever the thing is. Stunner obnoxious. I'm going bait appropriate. This is a pretty confusing color to do. A lot of glitter. It's almost like it's weird. It's a weird color. Because it's like green. It's like a chartreuse shed. It's like blues and yellows and that kind of look. And then they throw like some sort of weird green on the back for the scales. Like, I don't know who paints this shit or comes up with it, but it's weird. It doesn't matchy. It's actually the opposite. Clashy. Remember when Bass was creating the false narrative that forward-facing sonar would be here to stay? Johnny, I feel like we should probably go back and find some of their social media posts, because I doubt whoever's running their social media posts was even around when that was happening. So I'd probably like to go back and see that, because they probably didn't delete anything. The other thing I don't like about Bass is that you've got pages on Instagram like high class Bassmaster memes, and they'll post some like funny shit about the anglers, that like, private stuff. And then you have Bass that gets on there, whoever's running their social media gets on there and like makes a comment like they're like one of the kids. You know what I mean? Like, it looks so stupid. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it makes you look like a fucking like high school organization. What company makes the best bait names? Used to be Reaction. Current, because Reaction hadn't had a bait in a while. Current. Yeah, I mean, Jekyll makes some pretty good ones. That's for damn sure. Muscle Deep. That's a great name. If Bass loses Tommy Sanders, they might as well board it up. Ronnie Moore is not going to do. No, he is. I don't know who thought he's the guy to like pass the torch to, but he's not. Like, they should have been grooming somebody else. See what Bassmaster is doing now. I'm really happy my job interview with them a few years ago stopped in an interview. What position did you apply for, John? I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I'm assuming the interview process probably went like they do everything else, and it was a shit show. Running their website and traveling to all the tournaments. Yeah, they've never had a. Zona was great. Zona was great. They wanted me to move down there and wouldn't let me work remote, which is totally idiotic. Your job is a remote job. You know what I mean? If you travel to all the tournaments, you can't be there anyway. I'm an hour from O'Hare. I could be anywhere in a couple hours. Pretty dumb. Pretty dumb. But that doesn't surprise me. Clay, you'd be a great reporter. That's interesting. So did you just do one interview, John? Said maybe. I should have signed that bait before I glittered it. Now I can't really sign it. I'm curious what you think. Six released the bongo, then the Congo. Do you think that Congo and conga are the same? Hold on. Is conga not the feminine version of Congo? You know what my favorite Oasis song is, Ryan? Is You Know What I Mean? And it is the exact same chords as Wonderwall. Apparently, when Noel was writing the song, or after he wrote Wonderwall, he said he thought he had another song, like another hit out of those chords. Yeah, the Sixth Sense names, they were they ran out of words that all were synonyms for luxurious. If you if you look in a thesaurus for luxury, or like, they're all like pinnacle words. You know what I mean? Like the highest of everything. But oddly, every fish I caught this week was on 6-inch bait. I feel like a third bait design. I feel like 1/3 bait designs from them for me. I don't care much for 1 in 3. I mean, they pump out so much that it's hard to get behind something. Strike King comes up with some dumb names. I feel like they used to be more professional. Yeah, it's like they're trying to chase like popularity and like rather than just like have a backbone and not be a jellyfish and conform to everything that they think is popular. Like they don't have to come up with stupid ass bait names. Like Reaction started it, and they weren't dumb. They were just edgy, and it got attention. Well, now they're trying to like do that, but they're trying to do it like 20 years later and make like contemporary names, and it just is stupid. It makes you look like that guy. All these that's a problem with all these bait companies. Like you have all of us who are laughing at the joke and it's an inside joke. And then you've got all these bait companies that are laughing with us, but they don't know the joke. You know what I mean? They're like, that's funny, that's funny. Yeah. It's like, what are you laughing at? You don't even know what we're talking about. We used to do that shit in high school. And they're like, what? Like, yeah, we all get it. You don't. Like, yeah, they're trying to be edgy. And the more they try to be like edgy and like hip, the more douche they look. But you got to think what kind of damn nerds running the damn show over there. I mean, the dude probably isn't like, you know, Mister Damn Cool. If they wanted that, they'd hire somebody that wasn't related to fishing. They assemble a pro staff of people that take shortcuts and do shady things. Who are we talking about now? Which company is this? Tater was a dick. Where was Tater a dick to you? I think I offended Tater. He would never admit to it. Oh yeah, I didn't because I don't think many people would. It takes a particular type of person to admit things like this, but I'm a pretty good judge of personalities and emotions and body language and things like that. And yeah, I think I offended him. We were at the Classic, and I don't remember which one it was. It might have been the one at Conroe, and he was set up with somebody, and he had his baits in like this little display case. And he's like, "Hey, man, I built all those. If you want to look at one, let me know. Show them to you." Like, I'm good. Thanks, man. And he had this weird, like, snarky response. Like, well, okay then. They're like, but like more dick. And I was like, whatever, dude. Like, I'm not gonna waste your time. I'm not gonna buy your swim baits. Like, I don't give a shit. I've seen these before. I don't need like. It's a waste of your time. It's a waste of my time. I just said no thanks. I'm good. Who cares? Just got a 4.5. What are you throwing, bro? Trey, Corey, Ben. Yeah. They got Livesey too. I didn't think he was a good fit, but whatever. Hello, Scott. What is going on over here? I'm getting blasted. I'm super nice and most times praise people's baits, free advertising, and had a couple of assholes like the Redwood guy whose bait sucking. Oh, was it, you begin with an H, whatever his name is. Herman, that's it. Lee isn't good for the brand, but he's lazy in the marketing department. Yeah, I feel like he tries to do his little videos, but I want to hear how he was a dick, Bobby. Where was he a dick? I love hearing you meet these people in the wild and their asshole stories. Might have had a bad day. I don't know. Might have caught him on a bad day. That was my only interaction with him. Doesn't take much to offend me. Well, that helps. The non-tour pros are the ones I can't stand. The blatant arrogance in their posts, spewing BS statements, saying they're doing something that has never been done. Like what? Give me an example, AJ. You don't have to name names, but give me an example of said posts that would be BS. What would they be doing that nobody else is doing? This phone case is trash. Clay, go get you another one, bro. AJ, did you AJ or Clay? A lot of people ask me, Josh Jones saying he was the first person ever to catch 2 over 15 in a year. I mean, honestly, do people really give a shit? Like when you live scope the same couple of lakes, like for 5 years. I mean, it's cool you catch giants, but a lot of people ask me. They used to grind me, Clay. Was when the guys, I guess they still do it, where they have to promote their sponsors, and they came in like 130th place, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to do a tourney recap on the baits I throw," and it's like this Jackal Muscle Deep caught some good fish for me, and blah blah blah. It's like, dude, you came in dead last. Like, who gives a shit? Like, I don't know. Talk about something else. Like you're giving like negative press. You know what I mean? You're giving negative press. You're making me not want to try those baits, because then if I try them, I'll come in dead last like you. How's the fish tips thing working out? Anybody bought one? I just signed the gill plate of a bait. I don't think I've ever done that except on swim baits. It's the only place I got to sign though. Can't sign the black one because it won't show up. All right. Jesse Wiggins finished out of the money at the Ultimate Angler Tournament, and they paid back 100 places. He got 101st. He was in 101st. Clayton don't like Josh, Ben, or Randy. I wonder. I'd be interested to know how many times Ben's fish tip was purchased. Can you see that? To me, that would be a good thing to know. If I'm a buyer, like if I'm like, oh shit, man, I want to see where Ben was catching those fish, and then you look at it and it says, this tip has been sold 678 times. Like, fuck it, dude, I'm not getting that. Scott, did you ever have any banner on any of those? Dude, I remember back in the old eBay days, that was like he used to keep like hundreds of those on eBay, and you could buy them whatever you wanted, just pick your colors, and they were like $15. I was asking Scott if you had any if you ever had any like banner days on the Herman's baits. Morgan, you heard anything out of Ira lately? Herman makes a cool bait. Got a handful, but I don't really fish them. Yeah, I think I like his style. He's got a great paint style. He does cool looking baits. I like his baits. I don't fish his baits. I don't own one of his baits. I own his paint job though. Grizzly, that's a good question. I gotta go fish. That was the only tournament I fished this year. That one. And the only tournament I fished before that, there's another trophy over here. Only fishing tips that is useful if someone gave you a tip while both was on the water at the same place in the same time of day. True. I mean, anybody that knows shit about shit could pull up a lake map, like on like a Navionics map, and pick out high spots and shit like that. And I guarantee there's fish on them. Like I could do that. Like give me a map of Kentucky Lake, and I can mark 20 ledges, spots on ledges, just from the map. That I guarantee you could go out there and there would be some fish around somewhere, or there would have been. Yeah, it's kind of fishy. I was praising the look paint job, and I think he got mad because people don't fish his baits, and he took it out on me. Wrong move, Hermie. That doesn't make any sense, Bobby. Why would somebody get offended by somebody praising their work? Never thrown a single one. Well, Ira didn't answer my text like a year ago, so I haven't tried him again. Is he on the shit list too? Oh, man, Bobby, you're not doing too good on the on the builder dude friendships. Tater, Ira ghosted you. Herman blasted you. What about Rob Cochran? He got to you yet? I mean, I don't. I I think they're cool collectibles, even if you don't want to fish them. They're beautiful. I could see where somebody would want to collect them. They're cool. I mean, there's no difference in that and a fucking baseball card. Like people talk about you know guys collecting baits, and it's like, who gives a fuck, dude? Like people literally buy like Funko Pops, like bobbleheads, action figures. What do you do with those? Like, even if you wanted to, you can't even do anything with it. Like, at least you could fish a lure if you chose to. But like all this other shit people collect, you can't even do anything with it. Like, fucking baseball card. Come on. Builders burning the Bobby Bridge left and right. I mean, Bobby, you say that, it's not like they're these dudes are fucking Brad Pitt, dude. Like their inboxes aren't that blasted. You know what I mean? Like they're probably not getting a message a day. Scott, so do I, and I don't know what to do with them. I guess whatnot. eBay. I don't know. The only part, here's my part about collectors. I don't mind if you collect every fishing lure in the world and you never throw it. And I don't, and especially I don't like this with swim baiters. If you're a swim bait collector, collect all you want, but do not give me advice on how to fish them. That's it. Yeah, don't care. Collect all the baits you want. Just don't tell me how to fish them. Yeah, I saw that there was some stink on Universe about Andrew blasting somebody in an email. But it's also like it's like rage bait, dude. Like these guys know what they're gonna get. They know the response they're gonna get, and they know they're gonna be able to run to fucking universe, post it up, and get 100 comments. That's all they want. They just want to be seen, dude. They just want to be seen. Don't tell me how to throw a HUD if you've never caught one on it. Pretty much. Like those dumbasses that are like, oh, you don't throw a HUD in the summertime. It's like, it's a wintertime bait. It's like, no, the fuck it's not, dude. Like, who are you talking to? That's the other thing that really bothers me is when people pigeonhole baits into like seasons and categories. Like, this is when, like, when you tell people this is when you throw that, and like, that's pretty much it. Like, has a HUD caught 1 million cold water fish? Sure. Is it like, can you jack them when it's hot on it too? Yes. But because everybody said you throw it in the wintertime, people think it's like fish poison if you throw it in the summer. Who has all the Jeff Kleins? Probably Builder Dude. Here's my rant. Don't put used beat up lures and try to get max dollars for it when new in the package or hardly cost the same. I buy beat up crack painted baits to fish, not get behind that. And that was part of what was insulting from Herman. He acted like I don't fish. No, I just don't take your chunks. I could HUD one today in 6 inches of water. Certainly could. Certainly could. That's why they make them in different rates of falls and colors and all that kind of shit. Like, yeah. Catch fish in July on an A-rig. Exactly. Marty told me that Skeeter had 1 or 2 customers that would buy them all. I mean, we're probably not talking a lot of baits anyway. You know what I mean? Like, he probably, like, when he had baits ready to go, I'm guessing he probably had, what, 20, 30, maybe? I mean, he wasn't trying to, I don't feel like he was trying to, like, supply the masses. Fired up and can't type. I had the flat side pigeonholed, and now they're usually my first choice. Prime example. Prime example. Yeah. Throw a flat. Well, the thing that really gripes my ass is that for the longest time, you got Bassmaster saying, "Oh, you need to throw a little flat side that is like a potato chip," and you get out your spinning rod and you throw it on an 8-pound test and you crank it down, and it's good for those lethargic cold water fish in the pre-spawn. And then like the next month, it's like, ooh, when the water's cold, throw a wiggle wart. It's like that shit's like the most aggressive thumping crankbait there is. And like, which is it? Do they want the bait to be a potato chip when it's cold, or do they want it to thump? Because that's when I just started throwing all that shit out the window. Bobby's getting angry. Where's the wife? Kyle, I would love to do that. I would love to do that. We need to do the storytelling. I want everybody to tell a good story. And I'd like a vent sesh. I need a 1-800 number. Or if you're really passionate about it and you have the opportunity, I'll just send out the show link to everybody, and then you can send me a message and say, I want to get on and I want to talk. It's like a vintage Instagram stream. I forgot about that. I need a hotline. How do you set that up? How much does it cost to get a 1-800 number? That's got to be pretty cheap. Bassmaster is both the foremost authority and the biggest spreader of lies on the same subject. Pretty much. All piss and vinegar. Yeah. Yeah. Well, what's his name? Anthony Geist. I mean, and I didn't get it. And I was like, and I had to read it like 6 times. And I said, it took me too long to get that. He said, you're losing your edge, bro. I was like, I'm trying not to. I was like, I need to hang out with like actual adults instead of a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old all the time, get my edge back. Later, Clay. I can't do that with StreamYard. I can get a 1-800 number. I need a hotline number to call before I purchase more shit that I won't ever use. Scott, I feel like your stuff's been getting some use. I mean, you should your youngins have destroyed a few Burnses. That's a step in the right direction. Huh. I'll have to check. Media assets. What does that mean? Overlay. What is this? Oh, here's my share a video clip. Oh, I don't want to upgrade. Can I not play this? Oh, dude. I can't add my intro video. Danzig. That was good. How do I styles and notes? People? Post? That's me. Banners, comments. I don't know. Uh-oh. Where'd the comments go? There we go. Yeah, I don't know. I like a good what else chaps my ass? The number one lately that really rage baits me is when some dipshit wants to get on a forward-facing sonar debate and say it's not as easy as you think it is. Fuckwad. I literally casted fish that I don't know are there. It's not as hard as I think it is. No, fucking fishing for fish that you're making a guess that they live by your lure, that's hard. Throwing at a fish that you know is a fish, don't tell me it's not hard, bro. Or it's not as easy as I think it is. Eat a dick, bro. It's not that hard, or it's harder than you think it is. Okay. Like a guy that goes out and makes 150 casts a day and every cast is at a fish is not the same as a guy going down the bank fishing. I'm sorry. Like if you can argue that, like, please stick your head up your ass. It's not as easy as you think. Thanks for the tip. Thanks for the tip. That's the one that really grinds my gears. Not knowing is harder than knowing, correct. But that is common sense and logic. Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to explain. It's hard to explain to people. Hard to explain to people. But maybe I don't know. Maybe I guess luckily we got the NPFL we can watch. I don't even I think my problem with bass is that they're just slimy little jellyfish. Like they can't stand up for anything. Will always be the KO people? What are the KO people, AJ? Please tell me. What are the KO people? The people that say KOs are junk? When the KOs are coming out of the same factories that their favorite crankbait's coming out of? Those idiots? I mean, there's a lot of shit KOs. But I do think it's funny when people on the topic of KOs, when people like to blow their chest up and call whatever it is Chinese junk. Bro, you realize that all the shit you throw is from the same place. People who call every new bait as a KO when not realizing the original was also a KO. You know what also nauseates me is when you get the guys that like to comment that nothing is original and there's only so many ways to make a bait look like a shad. You see this when somebody like rips somebody off and it's like pretty damn close and you can tell where their influence came from. And they're like, and then you always have the people defending them that there's only so many ways to make a gizzard shad swim bait. Actually, dumb fuck, it's infinite. I know this is like hard for these fucking pea-brain dipshits to fathom, but there's an infinite possibility of ways to make it look different. Stunning, I know. There's only so many ways to do it. It's the complete opposite, bro. It could not be any farther from the truth. That one gets me real fired up. Like I could go like carve a hinkle and like change a few things, and there would be somebody that would be like, yeah, like there's nothing wrong with this. Like there's only so many ways to make a gizzard shad. No, I just fucking ripped Andrew Hinkle off. That's all it is. Like, call it what it is. There's only so like everything is a copy of a copy of a copy of a crankbait, so they're all the same. Like how somebody lumps that all together, like it blows my mind. He's on a rant. I gotta calm down. Gotta get my heart rate down. Get my blood pressure chilled out. The yeah, I mean, there's plenty of that. Unless it's a soft swimmer, then the mag draft is the original. Not all others are KOs, even the ones that came out before the mag draft. True. This is true. Like, I don't know. There's there's always been this, like, I don't even know what you would call it, like a cloak of naivety that the industry has put over fishing lures, to where they always try and pretend that, like, there wasn't a influence of some sort from whatever it is. I feel like because of the internet, they've started to, like, come clean a little bit, but still, it's like they could get away with it 20 years ago, pre-internet. Now, if you rip off some, like, garage bait out of Japan, you're going to get flamed for it. The problem is, there's the minority of people are the ones that know it's a ripoff. The majority of people that follow Berkley don't, like, dig into, like, garage brands out of Japan. So it's just a cool bait to them. You're gonna copy it, at least make it better. Sure. And at least pretend like don't pretend like it's not a copy. You know what I mean? Like, whatever becomes of Tacklecraft, I'm sure will be influenced by some bait on one of these walls. You don't think I'm gonna say, man, I used to love this bait, but it had some flaws. And here's what they are, and here's how I fixed them. Now I think this is the best bait in this category. But they want to act like they fucking invented the thing. It's like, no, dude. Make a carbon copy that is somehow worse. I feel like that's been done a lot. I don't know. I don't understand why like, all these, I don't know. Maybe I'm out of touch with corporate branding and sales and shit, but, like, why does everybody need a mediocre version of everything? Just like the reels. Like, why does every company need a reel? Like, we don't need any more shitty reels that are, like, okay. You know what I mean? Like, Spro doesn't need a reel. Like, Berkley doesn't need a reel. Like, people don't, like, all these companies don't need reels. But they just want to, like, jump in all these categories for just, like, add SKUs, and I don't understand it. We need more shit to sell. Okay. I think it's actually that they get, like, it's like you get the bump off the initial sale. Like, the first run, you're going to sell X amount of units, and they're probably not going to be bought after that, but you just need something to move the needle, and typically a new product does that. So rather than trying to sell old shit, you just bring out new shit because of that initial nut. Spro found Alibaba. That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, what is going on with this industry? You got Bassmaster social media people commenting on meme pages. You got, like, they're one of the boys. You got Spro, like, shopping on Alibaba. Like, what is going on? Scott, you had to know, though. You had to put your hands on it. Jeremy, there's not though, dude. There's not a market for $75 reels when there's $375 reels. Then everybody sells one. You know what I mean? Like all these companies are just cannibalizing themselves because you gotta say you got 1,000 people that want a $75 reel. We had 3 choices before. Well, then you get 5 other companies that get in the $75 reel category, and then you disperse all those people amongst those reels, and everybody sells 2, and it's like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, if I don't like Shimano or Daiwa, maybe I'll go buy or lose. You know, you can get the Bass Pro Shops brand, which, and everybody, like even Shimano and Daiwa, they sell, you know, affordable reels. They sell, like the Sitica was a cheap reel forever, and it was a great reel. Well, like the H2O reels, those are good. Like the I'm sure Bass Pro Shops house brand has a you know, lower priced reel. But I mean, everybody's got one. But they keep doing that with everything. Let me get into. They all want to be like. They all want to be like the mega store. You know what I mean? Like the. I feel like they all want to be like a boutique designer brand. But then when they come out with like their boutique product, it's trash. You know what I mean? Like what was that box I had? This one. So Megabass came out with the little bento box, lunch box, these things. They came out with this years and years and years ago. And then you got other companies that are like, oh, we're going to come out with a box. And then they come out with one and it's not cool. It's like shittier than this. It's like, but it's the same price. Why just buy the Megabass one? That's good. You know, it's funny. I just looked on the bottom. I was like, what does this sticker say? It's my fishing license. That was pretty smart. You can't read it because it's, I don't know what year it was, but. Yeah, it's probably easier to sell $75 reels for sure, but we don't need 30 people selling them. I've never spent more than $200 on a rod or reel. No, that was about my max. I never spent over 200. Like the Corrados, by the time you get by the time you paid tax and shit on that, it'd be around 200. The Powells, when they were new, they were like 169. So they, you know, add a few bones for tax, you get up around 200. But the great thing is I still have all those. Clay's back. He couldn't take it. Ford Facing Bros complaining that their minnow ain't getting it done on every single cast. God, it must be tough. It must be miserable. Scott, are you right-handed or left-handed? Do you have any ease, or do you have any of that generation reels? I'd like to go back to the days where you could get a Corrado for $200. Yeah. Say, oh, rods cost $650. Harder to sell used rods? What rods are they, Johnny? The problem with rods is shipping them. Like, that eats up everything. You upgraded them? No, bro. You should have kept them. Should have kept them. I got all excited when Eric was talking a couple years ago. He's like, man, I got to get rid of some of these reels. He's like, I just got boxes of reels that I need to get rid of. I'm like, which ones? And he's like, oh, I got some. I forget what he had, but it was like it might have been the Corrado, the Chronarchs that were white, that were pretty much just the E7s, something along that I was like, or it might have been it might have been cores. He might have had some cores. And I was like, oh yeah, let's set up a trade. Then I found out he was left-handed. I was like, you son of a bitch. AJ, you know how to ship though, dude. You know what you're doing. Everybody doesn't. I need a rod repair station before I'll bail out on a rod though. Yeah, I like my old actions. I like my old rods. I like my dirty ass cork. Used to manage American Legacy Fishing Company. What is American Legacy Fishing Company? Oh, I gotta go. Because we gotta go to we gotta go get dressed for trunk or treat. All right. You'll be good. Later. I'm still streaming. Oh, later.